identifying your dreams. So let's look at 5 common reasons for not identifying our dreams. The first common reason is discouragement. Yes, discouragement. Discouragement from dreaming by others. We know that everyone is not going to believe in you. And in many cases, you may not be pursuing your dreams because other people are discouraging you. Those who may not be pursuing their dreams. So, what else would they do but try to discourage you from pursuing your dreams? Discouraging you, telling you that you can't do it, discouraging you, telling you that you're not qualified, discouraging you, telling you, that you lack this and you lack that. But we don't want to allow anyone to get in the way of us accomplishing our dreams. So don't allow no one to discourage you, my friend, because at the end of the day, it's your dreams. At the end of the day, it's your story. And you're the one that have to live this, not them. So don't allow no one to discourage you and tell you what you can't do. Because everything that you setting out to do, trust and believe someone else has already done it. And if someone else has already done it, my friend, then that is an indication that you too can do it as well. Someone else has already overcome the barriers that you're facing. Someone else has already overcome the challenges that you're facing. And once again, that's an indication, my friend, that you can overcome as well. So there's no need for you to allow anyone to discourage you. If you're around people that are discouraging you and they're not motivating you, they're not encouraging you, then you need to get away from those type of people because those type of people are poisonous to you and they poisonous to your dreams. So we're looking at 5 common reasons for not identifying our dreams. The first one was discouragement. The second one, my friend, is hindrance by past disappointments. Yes, disappointments, hindrance by past disappointments and hurts. Oftentimes, when we look back on some of the disappointments, looking back on what we may consider even, to be failures at time, we can be discouraged by that because we were disappointed. But you can't allow disappointments to stop you from pursuing your dreams because disappointment, my friend, really is it's parts of life. It's certain things that we just don't have control over. And one of those things is disappointments. You're going to have some disappointments. You're going to have some setbacks. They're going to be things that's not going to always go the way that we want them to go. But what does that mean? That just means that we just have to be resilient. That means that we have to be that much more determined. That means that we have to continue to focus and lock in on our dreams because we know and we truly believe that our dreams, it does matter. And when we're talking about, those disappointment, and sometimes disappointments comes from having high expectations. And sometimes disappointments can also come from having low expectations. But you have to have expectations as it comes to your dream. And everyone, my friend, everyone is not going to be able to support you the way that you want to support you. Everyone is not going to be there the way you want them to be there. So there will be some disappointments. I mean, even on your end, sometimes, my friend, you will disappoint yourself because that's going to be some thing that you know that you can do that you're not doing. It's going to be something that you do and you realize that I didn't give my best. It wasn't my best performance. So we had disappointments in life, but we bounce back from our disappointments because disappointment, my friend, is one of the reasons for not identifying our dreams. And when you allow that disappointment, when you allow something from your past to keep you from pursuing your future, we have to look at that. We have to evaluate that and we have to challenge that mindset. So we're looking at 5 things, 5 common reasons for not identifying our dreams. The third reason for not identifying our dreams is habit of settling for average. Yes, settling for average. And sometimes we settle because we really don't know our worth. We really don't know what our value is. We really don't know what we're worth. And we begin to settle for just mediocrity instead of settling for greatness. Having in your mind that I'm not going to settle for average because I'm not just average. You're not just average. You're above average. That's greatness in you. You have unlimited potential. So you don't have to settle. You don't have to settle for average when you have it within your ability to be great. But that greatness is it's going to come with some consistency. That greatness is going to come with some dedication. It's going to come with some commitment. But you can't settle. You can't just settle for something that you know you're going to complain about every day. Just think about people who settle for jobs that they go to every day and they complain because they settle and they know they're actually not being paid their worth. They know that they don't really want to be there, so they settle. So, what do you think going to happen to their dreams? Their dreams, my friend, is eventually it's going to wither and it's going to die. Look at relationships. How many people settle in relationships when they know they're not happy? And they settle for poor reasons because you don't want to lose the house. You settle for a relationship because y'all may have a child together. Whatever the case may be, if you're not happy and it's keeping you from pursuing your dreams, then you shouldn't settle. You shouldn't settle to be in a relationship where you know you're going to be miserable. You know you're not going to be happy. You shouldn't settle for a career where you know you're not going to make enough money to be able to provide for yourself as well as your family. You should not settle for being even in a spiritual institute where you know that you're not growing spiritually. So you shouldn't settle when, in fact, my friend, you have it in your power and in your control to change you. And when you begin to change you, everything else begins to change. But are you settling? Are you settling for mediocrity? Are you settling for average? Are you settling for what people told you and not putting your dreams to the test and realize, you know what? I'm better than that. I don't have to settle. I don't have to settle in a situation that's not going to stretch me. I don't have to settle and put myself in a situation where you're not encouraging me. You're not inspiring me. You're not lifting me up. Do not settle and put yourself in a situation where you find yourself at a disadvantage because it's your dreams. It's your story and you control the narrative, or you should control the narrative of your story. So we're putting our dreams to the test. And we're looking at 5 common reasons for not identifying our dreams. The fourth reason is a lack of confidence that's needed to pursue our dreams. A lack of confidence, not believing in yourself, not believing in your gifts, not believing in your talents, and ultimately not trusting in God. So, lacking confidence, I'm going to tell you, as for me, a lack of confidence comes with poor preparation. I always teach the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Yes, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And oftentimes we lack confidence because we don't have the right preparation. We're not prepared. We're not trained. We don't have the right information. We haven't practiced enough. And that, my friend, will cause us to lack confidence. When you prepare for something, when you train for something, that's not to say that you won't be nervous. I've been speaking for a long time, and I speak to various audiences. And every time I speak, I get nervous. But I don't lack confidence. But I get nervous because I hold myself to a high standard. I get nervous because I want to do well. But I don't lack confidence. And the reason I don't lack confidence is because of my preparation. The reason I don't lack confidence is because I prepare. And I had situations in my life where I didn't prepare. And as a result of me not preparing, I had poor performance. And it's nothing, my friend, worse than, than performing poorly. You do not want to perform poorly. And when you look at many people that perform poorly, in many cases, it all comes back to not preparing properly, a lack of preparation. So we're talking about that lack of confidence. But when you get the right training, when you get the right information, and you continue to train and practice and practice and practice, is a confidence builder. It's a confidence builder. Just think about something that you confident at doing right now that you wasn't always confident. And where did your confidence come from? Did it come from learning more? Did it come from studying? How did you build that confidence? So we don't want a lack of confidence to be the reason why we don't pursue our dreams. So lack of confidence. And the fifth thing is some people lack imagination to dream. Once again, Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, if you can dream it, if you can see it, my friend, then you can be it. Did you know that Walt Disney was once fired because they said that he lacked imagination? Yeah, imagine that. He lacked imagination. But a lack of imagination, can you see it? Can you really imagine yourself? And I asked this question, where can you see yourself at 5 years from now, a year from now? What can you see yourself doing? Can you really visualize yourself doing the thing that you really have a desire to do? Can you really see yourself living your dreams? What would you be wearing? Where would you be traveling to? What type of work would you be doing? What type of feedback would you be receiving? Can you see it? What type of cologne or perfume would you be wearing? Who would you be doing it with? I mean, see yourself, visualize it, be detailed about your dreams, about your vision. What type of money you see yourself with? How do you see yourself traveling? Where do you see yourself traveling at? Can you see it, my friend? Because it's hard to be anything that you can't see. Remember when you was a child and one of the first questions that was asked to us that inspired us to dream? That question is what was what? What do you want to be when you grow up? When that question was asked to us as a child, we lit up because at that point we were allowed to dream. What do you want to be? It didn't matter. If you wanted to be a lawyer, you can say it. You wanted to be a doctor, you can say it. It didn't matter. What do you want to be? People wanted to be astronauts, football players, basketball players, teachers and lawyers and doctors, psychologists. That's what people wanted to be. Now, my next question is, have you grown up? And what have you become now that you have grown up? And are you living that dream? In many cases, you may not be living that particular dream. You may not have become an astronaut or professional football player or basketball player or teacher or doctor, but it's still not too late for you to dream. That concept and that mindset, it still stands. What do you want to be? It doesn't matter how old you are. It's still not too late for you to dream. It is not too late for you to dream big. But it's hard to accomplish anything when you lack imagination. It's hard to accomplish anything, my friend, when you can't see it. So you have to stretch your imagination and begin to see yourself doing things that some other people can't even imagine seeing you doing. And that right there, my friend. That's the joy, the joy of having an imagination. Don't allow no one to limit your imagination. Dream. And don't and not just dream, but dream big. Have some big dreams. So we putting our dreams